Hi, I'm Val. I'm an instructor here at Delphi Glass, and I'm here today to show you how to attach and melt in Millefiori in a bead in a Flamework project. So I've got my torch on, I need a mandrel, put my glasses on, and I'm going to just melt some glass and get the bead started, so I have to get my base bead started first. So, yeah. I have the milli, which are little slices that look like little glass flowers. There's some in this dish, and there's some up here on my graphite plate, which is helping warm them a little bit. That's one of the things you have to be a little bit mindful of, is that if you heat them too quickly, they'll break, they'll crack, and they also won't stick into the bead. So the bigger ones, you might almost need like a hot plate or something to get them really warm before you start. But I'm just going to use a little bit smaller ones and heat them sort of in the side of the flame, so we should be fine with the size I'm going to use. Get it shaped a little bit. You can always reshape it after you put your milli in, but the more you work it after you've got them melted in, the more you can distort. So it's real important to keep the actual flower part intact. You might want to try to make sure you get your shape down first, so you don't have to worry about getting it so hot to work it again. So these tweezers work kind of nice because they're so tapered and bent, and sometimes these are a little tricky to pick up. So what I try to do is grab it. Now I'm just going to kind of brush it in the side of the torch, of the flame. The bead, I've got it up higher so that it's going to stay warm. It's got some flame splashing on it, but the milli's in the side of the flame, and I'm kind of in and out, just because if I just ram it right in there, it will just shatter apart. So I've got to kind of do it a little bit slowly. Patience is always kind of good when you're doing this. It's not always my strong suit, however. So then when I think I've got it, I'll just stick it. And once it's on there, it sticks straight up, but if you're give it a little heat, kind of keep rolling it, and it should stay. And then eventually we'll, after we attach as many as we want, we'll go ahead and melt them all down. So grab another one, same thing, keeping this one warm up high, trying to just dance this in the flame a little to get it heating up. The trick here too is not to get your tweezers so hot that the glass sticks. So it's kind of a balancing act a little bit. So I want to heat my bead pretty good. I want to get it pretty soft, and then it'll also help that stick a little bit quicker. And I also keep water close, because then I can put my tweezers in it and cool them off. So this is just, you can do this, put as many as you want. Sometimes you just use a few and then actually incorporate them into another pattern with stringer or frit. Kind of go out of the flame, stick it on. Okay, and then we just melt them in. So this is another little bit of patience required, but like I said, you can take your graphite or whatever and push them a little if you want to, but it will distort them. So the best way to try to keep them as intact as you can is just to keep giving them some heat. If you feel like your whole bead's getting too hot and starting to sag on you, you can just kind of take it out for a second, kind of keep it turning, and then put it back in. So they're melted in. So because of that too, the bead got so soft, and that happens often because the bead gets pretty mushy and in order for those to melt down in. So I don't like the ends. So I'm going to go back and add a little bit. I'm going to try not to necessarily work it with my graphite paddle a lot, but I'm just going to try to put a little more glass on the ends, hoping that'll kind of melt in and sort of even out that sort of stretched looking opening. Then I'm going to give it a good warm. And then it'll go in the annealer from here.